Gemini, there is some magic in the air here. Spirit doesn't want you to ignore the small signs and synchronicities. It feels like something comes up in your day, and then later on it's like, oh, I was just thinking about that, or I just heard about that yesterday, and now it's right in front of me. It's here. I'm hearing it's here. These are not random occurrences. Okay, there's something going on that is showing you how everything is linked together. Now, what I got here specifically in my meditation with your energy was pay attention to the small pieces. And I saw like pieces of cake being cut and then given to different people. Nothing is random. It is all connected by the meaning you give to it. So this is very important because Spirit is saying, yes, everything is connected. There are signs and synchronicities. And yes, there is a message in those occurrences for you. But what that message is what you give meaning to it. So, which is true. Like the meaning you give to these signs and synchronicities, if you say, oh, you know, these signs and synchronicities are telling me about this thing that's happening in my life, or they're encouraging me, or they're discouraging me, or whatever frequency you choose to interpret those synchronicities and signs through, that is what they will be. It's as if Spirit is giving, I'm hearing the word placeholder. It's like these occurrences are a placeholder for you to put your energy into. So it's very important that you monitor, or you're at least aware of your thoughts and how you're seeing these signs and synchronicities connect. Because whatever you attribute to them, that is the meaning of them. And they will keep happening to support that meaning over and over again. And that meaning will gain momentum and it will manifest. So if you are seeing, you know, things come together and it's an affirmation for you, or it's an indication that something is going to happen that you're thinking about and that's how you're interpreting it, that's exactly what's going on. I hope that makes sense for you, because we tend to have a tendency to think that we are not co-creating in the signs and synchronicities, but we are. Yes, Spirit is delivering information and leading us and guiding us, but we're also deciding in which direction we want to be guided. Okay? So Spirit will be the guide, but you're the one who has the compass. You're the one who has the map. Okay, so that's very important for you to know. Maybe you need to change your perspective on something, or just be very attentive to the meaning that you're giving to things. And then I heard there's a countdown of some sort, and that you need to sit in silence. And maybe some of you will notice who have been here before that there's no music playing in the background. That's because as I was doing my prayers and opening up this space, like my iPad, my computer just totally shut down, and it was weird. It was kind of strange. And the way I opened the space is with that singing bowl there. And I was noticing as I was doing it that the harmony, the note it was making was exactly in alignment with what I was hearing from my iPad here, the music coming from. And I thought, oh, maybe that means things are in alignment. But then all of a sudden it shut down. And this is a message for you too. It was like, no, I needed to pay attention to this frequency that I was producing with Spirit in the singing bowl, not something that was coming at me from another outside source. Okay, does that make sense? There's something metaphysical for sure going on in your energy. It feels like you're actively manifesting. That's why all these messages are coming through. The number 77, the letter C. And then I heard that there's something coming through from the other side. Maybe this is in like an energy sense, like another dimension, the other side of the dimension that you're in. There's something coming through, a guide, a soul, a spirit, I don't know. Or maybe this is more literal. Maybe there's two sides to something, two groups, two communities, two different thought forms. And there's some information coming from the other side. Spirit wants to give you a wave of encouragement to keep going. And then, that feeling that there's magic in the air, and not to tune out from it, tune into the magic, okay? And not everything needs to make complete sense. Like if you see one thing and you're like, oh, weird, now I'm seeing this and those two things relate and I've never seen them before. You don't need to figure out exactly what it means or what meaning you want to give to it in the moment. Just kind of follow it. Keep your wits about you with that. And in time, you'll start to develop what you want to do with that energy. This is what I'm getting. Okay, Gemini. I don't know what message is going to come through for you. I haven't pulled any cards, so we're just going to find out, okay, what Spirit wants to talk to you about today. Definitely about the way you're manifesting. I feel like I'm speaking so fast, too. Okay, let's see. What is the theme of this reading for Gemini? What does Gemini need to hear for their highest good? Spirit. Fate. Number 23, alignment, decisive moments, and opportunistic events. Yeah, this is what I'm saying with the synchronicities. Fate, alignment. Those moments when we recognize a synchronicity or a sign, a message from Spirit and from our higher self, we do make, oh, my ears have this pressure. We do make a quick decision. Sometimes it's even subconscious about what that meaning in that moment means to us. And every little decision we make around what something means to us, it creates our fate. There's an opportunistic event. I feel like you've already had many. Okay, let's keep going and see what we get. Can you tell me more about this fate energy, Spirit? What are we talking about? What is the fate related to? Owl, 36, wisdom, independent thinking, and enlightenment. See, it's that independent thinking that Spirit really wants to bring up to the forefront for you. That there is a co-creation, that your intentions matter. Okay, big time. Your intentions with yourself, your intentions with others, of course, but mostly with your own thoughts. You are a divine being, right? And you have a lot of wisdom. And your wisdom is a contribution that you bring, I'm hearing, to the spirit world. Yeah, we tend to think of, again, we tend to, okay? Maybe we need to tend to something here. But we tend to think about the spirit, our relationship with the spirit world as a hierarchy where they're above us and we're beneath them, right? And I mean like in terms of superiority. And that's simply not the case, okay? There's things in your energy field that spirit can benefit, or everybody, other energies can benefit from. So it's kind of part of your duty to bring that forward, to share your wisdom, to invest in your own wisdom, your own thinking, and your own learning. Okay, some of you are students right now, or you're thinking about going back to school or something like this. You're learning something new. And you have to remember that you are bringing something to the field that you're working in. You are bringing something new, okay? This isn't just learning from someone else, okay? Oh, interesting. I can hear them shoveling the snow outside. Okay. Let's keep going. I feel like the shoveling the snow means something, though, because I specifically wrote down nothing is random. Wheel of Fortune, destiny again. Destiny and fate, karma, luck. Well, maybe you feel kind of snowed in, trapped in. You're an owl, though, so that's kind of your element. So not to worry, okay? Don't start panicking about that. And this feeling of being snowed in could be like, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything. This is a time to sit in silence and to cultivate your wisdom and bring it forward into the world. Okay, maybe write something or get something going, start planning for something. You're designing your own fate right now, and that's important. And you need your own time to do that. And then Spirit with you is going to help shovel you out, remove any blockages that you might feel are in your way from going to where you want to go. Destiny, Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is turning. So this is a time, I'm hearing 2 weeks, in the next 2 weeks, for you to really get clear about what it is that you're thinking about these days. Are you stressed? Do you have anxiety? That's fine. It's cool. I get anxiety too. But try to figure out where it's coming from. What is it linked to? How can you resolve it? Maybe it's not something that's happening right now that you're anxious about, but something from the past that's been triggered. Okay, there's stuff that you need to work through in terms of your own emotions. And I'm hearing if you're just flatline, okay, and you're not feeling anything at all, then what do you think that's about? Because whatever frequency you're putting out there, Spirit wants you to know that it's designing your fate right now. No pressure. So what frequency are you putting out, Gemini? Let's find that out. What frequency? Slowing down. Oh, I'm seeing panic. Yeah, some of you are feeling anxious. Disappointment, arrogance, and warning. Okay, so you're looking at the signs as warnings? Or you're looking at the signs and synchronicities that you're seeing as a way to protect you from some disappointment? There's been somebody arrogant around you, and you're disappointed in that. So, what do you want to say about this, Spirit? How does this relate to what we were just talking about with the manifestation and designing your fate? 10 of Wands. It says on this card, finish what you set out to achieve. Intense pressure, finally taking a break. And you are thinking about slowing down. That's where your thoughts are. But it's coming from a place of like maybe burnout or panic. The Star in reverse. Some path that you've set out for yourself may not look so great anymore. Things aren't as fine and dandy as they used to be. And you could be getting down on yourself and thinking, how could I be so arrogant to think that this is all working out? Or maybe the arrogance is someone else. Tell me more about the arrogance for Gemini. 9 of Swords. Another challenge to overcome. Anxiety, it says right on the card. Fear or doubts about how to keep going. Well, this is why the wave of encouragement came through in the beginning. Spirit wants to encourage you. And so perhaps that's how you should interpret the signs and synchronicities that you're seeing, as waves of encouragement from Spirit coming through for you. What's the warning? Every journey has peaks and valleys. Remember that. King and Wands. I was about to say, okay, interesting. King of Wands, taking action or charge, authority, bold leader. I feel like this is someone else. Hot-tempered. Warning, hot-tempered. Is there somebody that you've come across in your friendship circle, at work, maybe in your love life, or an aspect of your partner? You're seeing somebody around you. Or it could be society at large, or some kind of powerful figure out there that you're listening to or that is influencing you in some way. It feels like this energy is telling you to look at the signs and synchronicities as warning signs. But Spirit's saying, well, what if you look at them as ways of encouragement instead? That's your choice. Okay, so I feel like there's an influence around you that might be kind of putting a dark cloud on something. Yes, you're going through something. I can clearly see that. You want to slow down, you're burnt out, you're exhausted, and all of those things, and you do need to take care of yourself. Exactly. Exactly, yeah. I'm getting something about someone's grandmother here. I don't know. When I said exactly, it feels like maybe somebody is watching over you. I don't usually say those things, but it's coming through. On your mother's side. Okay, hold on. Wheel of Fortune again. Something is fated to be. See, you're coming up against some kind of block. You're feeling some disappointment. Keep the ball rolling. Keep going. Obviously, don't burn yourself out, but know that this is just a valley and that you're going to get back up to a peak real soon. Okay, this person, this King of Wands, whoever this represents, I mean, look at them. You going to listen to this person? Okay, they're casting a lot of doubt on something for you. And on this card warning, it says lost opportunity. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't lose this opportunity that you've created for yourself, that you've woven for yourself. We have Fate, Wheel of Fortune, twice, and the Fate card, right? So this is something that is very important for your life that you stay dedicated to. Not everything comes easily or smoothly. Most things don't. There's always lessons that we learn on our path. If we're not learning any lessons and everything is smooth as butter, in my opinion, we really need to ask, like, what am I doing here? This is like, am I being challenged? Am I growing as a human? Am I learning more things about myself? Am I learning more things about my connection to spirit and mortality and life and whatever? You know, if it's not existential, if the questions don't come in your life, then maybe you're on autopilot, right? Okay, so yes, embrace some of the challenges here. As long as there's peaks as well, and we're not talking about like an emotional roller coaster with some crazy person. We're talking about some path you've woven for yourself. This could be a career path, a project that you have going on, something creative. It could be the way that you envision yourself in the future and you're working up towards that. Now, there could be a person walking on this path with you, or you want them to. But you have to be able to separate your goals and your interpretation of your own life from their interpretation of your life and their goals. Okay, you have to be able to separate that. Okay, that's nice that you think this, but here's what I'm thinking instead. And this is, I'm going to go in this direction. Okay, tell me more about this influence, Spirit. Who's this person? Aimlessness. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Lassitude, it says on it. That's not a word you come across every day. And overwork. Aimlessness, warning. Well, I feel like that's how you might be feeling. Like, what am I doing? I'm kind of like, maybe I'm walking my path, but I'm kind of aimless with it. I don't have a goal. That's not true, Gemini. It's not. It's not true at all. Now, where you're heading towards might not be something that you can quickly write down on paper in one sentence or one word. Maybe it is for some of you. It's more of a feeling that you're going towards, a conscious awareness that you're moving towards. That's your path. That's the goal, of some kind of conscious awareness of something. Okay, an enlightenment, an enjoyment of your life, right? It's not necessarily a degree or becoming CEO. That could be a part of it. Or maybe you don't know where you're going to go and what you're doing, but it's not aimless. This other person, this King of Wands, might want you to move quicker or something to move quicker, but it feels like they're actually the aimless one, even though on the outside they might not project that. They have like a antsy energy to them. And it's like they're projecting that onto you, or you're taking their energy in and saying, well, maybe I'm the aimless one. Okay, this is a very specific reading coming through. So Spirit is really telling you to take back control of your mind. Okay, and the way that you're viewing yourself and your life. Okay, let me see what's supporting you, Gemini. Because you're wise. You're the owl. And the owl's quiet, right? Wisdom, independent thinking, enlightenment. It reminds me of this reel that I saw a few weeks ago. There was an owl on a ledge. Now, I don't know whether it's AI or not anymore. Okay, but it doesn't matter. It's the image that counts. It was an owl on a ledge, and somebody was looking at the owl, and there was a cat behind it. It looked pretty real to me. And the cat was scared. The cat knew that they didn't want the owl to see it, okay? Because that owl would snatch that cat up. And so the cat wasn't making one little movement. It was just frozen in fear. And finally, the owl turned its head. You know how it does like that kind of 360 turn? So it turned its head, and I'm hearing 180 degrees. Maybe that's a particular number for someone, 180 or 80, and saw the cat. And it didn't react. It didn't do anything, but the cat jumped up in the air and ran away. And I feel like that's exactly what's going on here in this energy. It's like Spirit saying, you're the owl. You're focused on something right now. Maybe this feeling of aimlessness, or you're getting anxious about where you're going and your fate and your path. You're very focused on this, and you're not aware that there's this cat that's been kind of sneaking up behind you. Not that they're going to do anything, but their presence is there, you know? And you just have to turn around to see that whatever this cat represents, I'm going to find out, is more scared of you. It's like your awareness of this energy freaks them out and they disappear. So what I'm trying to say here is that as soon as you're aware that this is this person's projection onto you and not the reality of your situation, it's like the projection jumps up, gets scared, and runs away. Okay? They don't do that anymore to you. Okay? Or they're more nervous of you seeing something in them now that you realize it's fine what's going on with you. Yes, it's a challenge. Yes, it's anxiety, all of those things, but it's okay. It's part of it for you. Once you come to this place of like, okay, it's cool, I got this, Spirit, we're going to do this together, this other energy loses its power, or loses it's not power, it's its stealthness, right? That was the whole point of the cat, is that they were so stealth that the owl didn't even notice it. And that's what Spirit is saying with this King of Wands. They are so stealth, you're not even noticing their impact. Now, this could be anybody in your life. It could be a parental figure, maybe someone who's even passed, right? And they're still living in your mind, their thoughts, their words, their judgments. It could be somebody maybe famous that you kind of look up to, or a politician. I don't know, whatever it is for you, or a mentor. There's something about this energy that is casting doubt on your path. Now, don't get suspicious. This should be something that confirms. It's like, as I'm saying this, it should immediately pop in, not like, oh, I wonder if it's blah, blah, blah. No, don't go down that route. Don't wonder. You should know already who I'm talking about. And if you don't know, maybe it's an aspect of yourself that continually casts doubt every time you start to move forward. Okay? What was I going to ask? I forget now. Let's see, where do we want to go from here? What was I going to ask? I feel like one of you is like shouting it at the screen. Well, maybe it's not important then if I forget. Owl! Oh my God! Something about the owl? 72 on this card, but I want to say 76. Something about the owl I was going to ask. What are you focused on? Well, Spirit, why don't you tell me? What is this I need to say here with the owl? There's something about that reel that I saw. It was in broad daylight too, which is sus for the AI detection. This is all part of your message. I don't believe anything I'm saying is random, okay? So maybe something happens in broad daylight, or it's like right out in the open. You're like, that's strange. Wouldn't you try to hide that? Pay attention to these things, okay? Yeah, why is the owl out like that in broad daylight, not aware of its surroundings? What's going on there? Two of Cups. Oh boy. A meeting of two lovers, the start of a new relationship or business partnership, two people coming together, reconciliation, old self is dead. Interesting. Leaving old single self behind. Two of Cups, the owl and the cat. Okay, tell me more about what the cat. I got the owl. Tell me more about the cat. Who's the cat? What's the cat? The cat's the King of Wands, but tell me more. Who is this? What is this? Umbrella and moth. See, this is someone sheltering you, or like sheltering growth. It's someone who wants to be prepared. It's like, it's raining out, don't forget your umbrella. And you're like, it's cool, I can get wet, I'm fine. It's someone like maybe overbearing, overprotective, or controlling in a sense, trying to control the moth, right? Your transformation, your growth. Because I feel like, Gemini, you're going to have to let something go that this person or this energy values. That could be a particular way that you operate, right? Like you don't maybe do something that like you don't, I don't know, you don't question this person, you don't hold something back. I don't know what it is for everyone, but there's something you don't do and this person benefits from it. Okay, maybe you don't pursue your interests. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing someone draw an illustration in a book. Maybe you don't put illustrations in your book, okay? And your editor likes that, but you really want to do that. Maybe you're creating an oracle deck or something, right? There's something you don't do, and this person benefits from it. They're overprotective in a way, overbearing. The cat. Now the cat is intuition. Why are they coming through as the cat? Scaredy cat, curiosity. What is that? Pomegranate, prosperity. Oh, they're a little bit of a scavenger, perhaps. Oh. Okay, in this video, the cat was trying to come through into the house. That's why it's on the ledge, right? Presumably it's an indoor-outdoor cat. And it wanted to come back inside, but the owl was blocking it on the ledge. So this person is on the outs in some way. And your wisdom or something you're doing is blocking them from some kind of prosperity that as they feel it, right? As they feel it, they want to come inside. They want to be warm and comfortable. But there you are with your wisdom, with your energy is confrontational to them. And I'm not saying you're trying to be confrontational. Okay, I think I need a little bit more structure in this reading because I don't know where we're going, Spirit, which is kind of how you feel, I guess, with something. So let's see. Let's get the tarot cards out. I feel like so far the main message here is don't let this person's energy dictate the way that you are manifesting and envisioning and ascribing meaning to your own life. Okay? No matter how much you respect them, you look up to them, you're your own entity, energy, person. And yes, everything is connected, but you get to decide what happens with you and your destiny, okay, in co-creation with Spirit. It's between you and Spirit, you and your higher self. And let that thought free you. Three more. Seven of Wands, exactly. which is standing up for yourself. Challenges, competition, no time to rest. The body is weak, but the spirit is willing. That do not give up. It says right on the card, do not give up. That's exactly the message. Don't give up. And look at this angel spirit saying, okay, I know you're exhausted. I know it hurts. I know, like, you got this cat in your ear. I understand all that, but don't give up. I'm going to help you. And understand that this is part of the challenge. And I also see this angel here taking a wand out of this person. So it feels to me like Spirit is going to help you, help alleviate something. It says, do you have the energy to go another round? And maybe you need a quick break, but it's like, don't throw it all away. Okay, let's see. Ooh. You're not wrong with what you've chosen for yourself, okay? The path that you've chosen. Judgment, karma, what goes around comes around. Chickens coming home to roost. Answering your call. I feel like this moment where you turn around as the beautiful owl you are here in this reading, and you're going to spread your wings, but the moment you turn around and you see this cat, it's like it all becomes clear to you how much authority and how much power you have. There's something about you being out in the daytime. Was that what I was going to ask? Why is Gemini, why are you out in the daytime? That's not what I mean though, literally. But, I mean, I ask myself that when I go out in the day. Well, what am I saying here? Boot. These boots are made for walking. Well, maybe you're in some routine, or you're trying to do something to break a pattern. Like, it's very strange in this vision for you, or this thing I saw coming through now as a vision, for you to be there. Like, it's peculiar. There's something strange about it. It's off. Maybe you're trying something new, or you want to be seen. Can I get more clarity on what's going on here with Gemini? And the cat, too, is kind of nocturnal in a sense. But definitely something you see more in the daytime. It's a kind of strange one, huh, Gemini? Endeavor and cold of heart. Critical, narrow mind. Oh, manifestation, foundation. Well, you are out of your element with something. Okay? This idea of giving up is out of your element. And it's okay to give up. I'm not saying you can't and you should never. You can, of course. But Spirit is saying this is right. You're on the right track. Okay? Don't give up. It's like you've come out of your element for some reason. Disagreement, 5 of Needles. Maybe it's because there's been an argument with someone. Or you feel like you need to get in closer to really see the truth of something, or you're doing something that feels uncomfortable. Like you don't really want to be there. Like, why am I here? What am I doing? You are there for a reason, and you're there to see that this cat has been in your ear, that this cat is scared of you too, that you have more power. Okay? I'm going to leave that there because I'm not sure what's happening there, but maybe you already know. Okay, for your overall energy, we have 4 of Pentacles, holding on to what you have. That's what I'm saying. You've worked hard for this, and it's showing there's a devil in this card, Capricorn energy. This card is a Capricorn card, and it's telling you that you have created something in the material realm. This isn't just a fantasy. It's not just a one-off thought form. It's not like you are actively creating something. Okay, you've done the brainstorming, you've put pen to paper, you've purchased something, you registered a channel name. I don't know what you did, but you actually started something. Okay, you did the application, you've started it. Okay, and you should hold on to it. Can I get some more on this? Tell me, what is this Four of Pentacles? It's yours, okay? It's yours. And it says on this card, financial stability. I feel like whatever this is linked to your financial stability. Octopus, ooh, interesting. There could be many different directions and ways you could take this. Okay, perhaps you are a little narrow-minded in terms of what this whole path and opportunity is going to end up being. Again, right? Maybe you don't see the end vision, but your soul's calling for that conscious awareness or that fulfillment energy, which you'll get, but maybe not in the way you expect. Okay? There are many different ways this can turn out for you. And so if one way on this path doesn't look like it's working, you can still stay on that trajectory and pivot. I did get a message earlier today. I didn't know if it was for me or what, but it's coming through now, and it's something like, be ready to pivot. Okay? Which doesn't mean give up. It means adapt, which you're good at, Gemini. Okay, Ace of Cups for what you don't see coming. New beginnings, new relationships, a new love affair. Oh, no. Well, oh, yeah, if that's what you want. An outpouring of emotion, good news. Pregnancy or engagement, creativity. I don't know. I chose these cards for a reason. Maybe it was to read all those things off. So there is some new energy coming into your life, and you don't see this coming. So tell me, what is this big, beautiful Ace of Cups? A ladder. It's a opportunity, or it's something coming in your life that's giving you a leg up. It's giving you access to something. Something that felt out of reach no longer feels out of reach when this Ace of Cups comes in. Can I get a little bit more specific on what this Ace of Cups is? It could be your own enthusiasm, okay? The Hierophant, it says mortality and impulse with the Knight of Wands in reverse. And anger. Oh, interesting. Well, there's some kind of clarity that happens here. It's like once you realize somebody's pushing back on your passion and your dream, it only makes you want it more. Okay? The Hierophant. It says wisdom on this card. There's an energy here that gives you some kind of structure or way forward. You get stumped with something, you feel blocked with something, and you find some information that reopens a path for you, reopens a door for you. And it stops you from being impulsive in the sense that you just run away from it. And it gives you this cup and this ladder that you need to access something. Okay, I don't know what it is for everyone, but there's something coming in to help you big time. To help you get unstuck, to resolve your anxiety, to confirm that you're on the right path. Okay? And again, I don't know what the path is for everyone, but it can be loosely defined. But you've already made steps on it, okay? You have. You've already made headway on this path. Okay, Two of Swords for the opportunity. A decision. A choice. A compromise. A stalemate. Let's see. Being of two minds. Well, isn't that Gemini? Being of two minds. But this is actually a Libra card. Well, maybe that's it. You need to think of your being of two minds, not as indecision, but as balancing the possibilities and potentials. Poison. Ooh, that's it. That's the King of Wands. Poisoning. your perspective, splitting your mind, creating indecision. So how is this the opportunity, Spirit? I don't say this, okay, because it's always us. It's you know, it's never really them all the time. But I heard it's not you, it's them. But you know, I don't know. That's maybe very specific for someone, not a general blanket statement. Okay, we have the Fool, new beginnings, spontaneity, and free spirit. The indecision maybe isn't coming from you. Maybe you're very decisive, Gemini. You're a free spirit, the Fool. There's a new opportunity here, without a doubt, on the path that you're on, and that you've invested in, and that now you're anxious about. But it's going to turn around. I'm seeing it. 6 of Cups for the challenge. Sunshine after the rain. Appreciating in hindsight what you didn't at the time. So that's a good way to look at this. Think about a past time where you were sure something was going to ruin your life and it ended up turning out fine. When did that happen? Maybe it turned out better than fine and it turned into a real opportunity. Is it possible that the same thing is happening now? Okay, so let's see. 6 of Cups. And as I was saying that, I noticed I was shaking my head like no. As I was saying, is it possible the same thing is happening now? And I feel like that's a message there. It's like you're seeing mixed signals from somebody. Okay? It's like they're subtly shaking their head that something's not possible for you. It is. It is. It is possible. Crow. Messages. Spirit giving you messages. When was the last time you had a magical encounter with a crow? What was going on in your life then? Resourcefulness too. You're very resourceful. So keep that in mind. The advice is the 7 of Swords. It says, not everything is what it seems. Not everything is obvious. That's right. There's a cat behind you. Totally freaked out by you. And you don't even realize it. Your ambition, your fortitude, your smarts, the path that you've created for yourself, it's intimidating to someone. And Spirit wants you to see that. You know, they were trying to sneak in the house, sneak through, you know, get in the warmth, and there you are in the way. Okay? Something is hidden that needs to be revealed. Dig a little deeper, it says. Okay, what's that? Tree. Maybe something to do with someone's family, the moon, their mother, perhaps. Well, also, the owl's usually perched in a tree. Well, they can be anywhere, but you know what I mean? It's like you're out of place. You're out of your element. I think there's a good question for that you need to ask. Like, if you find yourself living somewhere or with someone or in some situation and you're like, this is not me. Like, well, how did I get here? Why am I here? You need to ask those questions seriously and try to get some answers from yourself. Because you need to dig a little bit deeper into that. But tell me more about this tree. Perfectionism. Well, if this is you with yourself, that's what's in your way. You know, I used to be quite a perfectionist myself. I'm not anymore. And it's so freeing. And one of the things I heard along the way of my journey not to be a perfectionist was, what's the least I can do in this situation, the least amount of energy I can expend in this situation or on this project and still be successful and it's still effective. Okay. And that was quite freeing to me, because I realized things can get done and they don't have to be perfect. They're done and they do their job and they do it well, and it's fine. So you free up some of your own energy that way. So if you find you don't know who the King of Wands is here, that cat on the ledge, you're not sure if that's how you feel, then it's you and it's your perfectionism. But the minute you look at it in the face and you say, like, we don't need to be so-called perfect, we can just do this. It's like that perfectionism gets scared and runs away. It's like, oh yeah. Now I know that's easier said than done. But I feel like that's really going to help someone to really, like, every time you find yourself getting stuck, just say to yourself, like, why do I feel like this needs to be perfect? For who? For who? Definitely not for the King of Wands, whoever that is, right? Yeah. Okay, the outcome. I'm going to do an extended reading. This is a long one too. In the extended, we're going to go a layer deeper. We're going to see what else comes through. I'm interested for that. If you are too, the link is in the description box below. If you're not, or you don't like that idea, then know that Spirit already knew what you were going to do and gave you all the information you needed here. Now, I got such good news for you, Gemini. The outcome of all of this energy and this whole situation is the Magician. Okay, this is you manifesting, co-creating. Okay, you come into your power with that by the end of all of this. When you ask these questions, when you realize that cat's out of the bag, okay? Divine intervention, finding yourself in the right place at the right time. Interesting. Unexpected, serendipitous, eureka moments, being able to manifest logic, willpower, and magic. There's magic in the air, Gemini, and you're creating it. Okay, so let's get one last card and then we'll go to the extended. So keep going on your path. Don't give up. Arrow, don't give up. Maybe switch your focal point, that could help you manifest an opening for yourself. If one thing's not working on the path, switch it a little bit, But keep going, because your arrow is still flying through the air. You've already released the arrow into the energy field. Spirit, this is I have a bullseye. Maybe I don't know where it is or what it is, but I put the arrow out there. I put the feelers out there. I told the universe I want this thing for myself by the actions I took. And I'm not going to just walk away now and not see what happens. I'm going to follow the arrow. So keep going, Gemini. All right. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.